Hey y'all, it's Fees Talk Time. So, I'm actually just here to just, record a little video. Nothing crazy. Yeah, it's early out here, y'all. So, I actually did post a video from my very, very first question I asked on the page, about if you wrote a book about your life, what would you want the title to be? I actually didn't get a chance to finish it, even though I posted it. So I'm in the process of writing again because I started back writing or whatever. So I did actually start a story called The Shapeshifters Club. I hit a writer's block with that joint really, really bad. First of all, it's so fucking pretty out here today, y'all. The birds is chirping and stuff. It's not that bad. I was not super cold outside. I'm actually walking these days. I'm trying to get back into walking and stuff. Trying to get my, my little codependency and all that stuff. Getting rid of those things. Anyway, so I figured I'd just take a little walk today. And it's actually really beautiful out here. I know my hair look a little crazy right now because I did just take it out. I had a little bob in or whatever. And then like 2 weeks before that, I actually had another little weave and that I took out. Let me tell y'all how the hair actually got stuck to my freaking, like the cap got stuck in my actual hair. So I had to cut it out. And it's like a missing little patch there. It's like killing me. It's so killing me. Because a lot of people don't know, but I actually did a really, really good, I had new hair journey and all. I had cut my hair short like a few years ago, and everything that is here now is all literally new growth. Everything is just strictly healthy and all that stuff. I'm in the process of getting back on my diet too, so that might be another thing. But anyway, I wanted to actually talk about I just recently posted a question yesterday about the question was, is there men out here who don't cheat? Now, I've gotten 3 responses so far. I'm gonna, dig into actually my responses to them and just my take on it. I will say that, first of all, I just want to say thank you to the people that actually answered the question, because not a lot of people be, reading is fundamental these days, and people don't read. They just look at stuff and they just keep it moving, like whatever. So that's cool too. But I really, really dig the people that actually read and actually took the time to actually answer the questions for me and actually gave me actual real dialogue back. Love that. So one actually said, well, hers don't, which I'm 100% cool with, because, and it's crazy because what actually sparked this conversation was, I work overnight at Wawa or whatever, and we actually was having a little discussion about, do we think, men cheat more or less? Or is there more men that don't cheat? However, I feel as though it's more men who cheat than it is ones that don't cheat. I'll say that. And I just think that mostly, I feel as though most guys that do cheat, it's because it was I feel as though it's a generational thing for most men. Anyway, especially for black men in general, because when you really think about it, back in the day, we all know men was out here cheating back then, so we're not gonna act like they wasn't. But the families was different. The men was actually able to provide for both families. Now, granted, it was wrong all around the board, but both women knew, and both households was taken care of, so it really wasn't that much issues. There were issues, but they wasn't as bad as they are now, because niggas actually provided. They don't provide nowadays. They just be out here, making secret families and all that stuff and thinking it's still cool to do, when in reality it's not. It's really the fuck not. It's not cool in no way, shape, or form. However, some people don't see nothing wrong with that because if that's all they knew with the male, the male generation in their family, then that's what they're kind of a little bit liable to do because that's what they've seen. That's what they kind of was raised on, if that makes sense. So to them, they don't think that there's anything wrong with it. Not saying that it's not women out here that cheat too, because there's women out here that cheat just as much as there's men out here that cheat just as much as there's women that don't cheat. However, my sister, she did actually respond. Her response was she does believe that it is good men out here who don't cheat. Sometimes it just takes them to meet the right women for them to feel like they don't need to cheat anymore. And I also had a friend of mine that actually wrote back, and she said she feels as though she said she doubted, but when I said what makes you feel as though you doubt that, so she said in her opinion everybody cheats, men, women. It doesn't really make that much of a difference, because even if it's it might not even be physical, but you can cheat in your thoughts as well. So a lot of men and women don't necessarily think or feel as though that's cheating when it's a thought, because it's not being acted on, but it's still a thought and it's still a form of cheating. Texting, you know what I mean, feeling like you need to maybe erase a conversation or anything like that, those are signs that not necessarily that you're cheating, but that something is wrong, whereas though it could lead that way or it could be perceived that way. And I basically wrote to her basically what I kind of just said to y'all, whereas though like me in general, I've never cheated on any relationship I've been in. Now I've always been the person that was cheated on, but did that make me into a person that wanted to cheat back on other people because I was cheated on? No, because at the end of the day, everybody is different. Everybody's different. Everybody has a backstory. Everybody has a reason for why they do what they do. Is it right that people want to retaliate because they've been hurt so many times? No, not necessarily. Are you wrong because you don't look at people that way? No, they could say you're naive, but in hindsight, you're not naive. You're just taking into consideration that not everybody is the same. Just because you've been through what you've been through doesn't necessarily mean somebody else is going to do you wrong just because everybody else did. As far as I know, my current situation is okay. As far as I know, you know what I mean? I'm not really the type to be going and looking for stuff neither, so that's a whole nother thing. I'm a firm believer in what's ever done in the dark, it come out to the light. If it's meant, if it's meant to happen, or if it's meant for me to know, it'll definitely come to light. I'm also, really, really big on energies and all that stuff, so I know where things is going and things people don't never think that but I know. I just not speak on it. Just because I don't speak on it don't mean that I don't know. I always know what's going on. But that was definitely, that was one of my most recent conversations that I was starting.